Hello and welcome to this, the review of Need for Speed The Run. Right, obviously, I'm not getting any requests, so frankly, me saying that I've been getting a lot of requests to do this would be an absolute bullshit. Need for Speed The Run is I'd say it's like the second game onto the PS3 system. Doesn't rival the appeal of Need for Speed the Most Wanted for the PS2, but basically this game is one of the more enjoyable Need for Speed games for the PS3. It has a unique story, completely... it has a unique story. For example, there are quick time events and cutscenes in it that otherwise in other games would kind of go without missing, but without them in this game, the story wouldn't make any sense. For example, the main character, Jack Rourke, as you can see on the screen, is pretty much attacked by the mob, and pretty much if you were just thrown into the situation just racing a car all of a sudden, that wouldn't make any sense. But of course, Need for Speed, being Need for Speed, has to show off the car that you're probably going to be racing at some point in the game. In this case, it is the Porsche Carrera, I think, by the look of it. Yeah, Porsche Carrera 4S. Story basically takes place for Jack Rourke after he's been thrown into what you're going to see is a trash compactor. And because of this, he ends up being on the run for a while. But you don't see any of that. You see it a couple of weeks later when he goes into a San Francisco sushi bar and enters something called The Run, a race that involves travelling across the width of America, so San Francisco to New York. And along the way you'll have opponents to beat and time limits to take down and really cool cars to drive. Need for Speed does not fail on representing the cars properly. Also, as you can notice, I am trying to rush through my opinions because, as a constructive criticism once said this week, that my videos are a bit too long for what they are. So I'm going to try and keep it short and simple and only give you what you exactly need. So I'm hoping to complete the San Francisco storyline, and then that will be when the review ends.
Out of the car! Grab him! Grab him! Hurry up! Come on!
Anyway, this is one of the first sections of the game where you're being chased by the mob, and it shows you the mechanics of how the mob works when they are chasing you. For example, do not stay still for too long in a straight line, or they will start to destroy your car, which is possible in this game. Whereas in previous generations of Need for Speed, that has been a dream. Unfortunately, in this case, a painful dream. The cars handle very well, especially this one, but that's only because I need a good, decent car to drive through. It's easy to drift in this game, whereas in other games where it's just an absolute nightmare. But the one downside I don't like about this game is the fact that you can't really upgrade your car to how you want it to look. So for example, if I wanted to add a spoiler onto this, but it wasn't in the game's colour range, then yeah, I'd be stuffed. So I wouldn't have the dream car that I wanted. Yeah, that went well, didn't it? Get off. Go away. No. Go, 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 go. Oh, no, I didn't. Anyway, that is pretty much the first sequence of the game. Anyway, basically you meet a couple of characters, as I said, throughout the game. So Marcus Blackwell is the mobster who tries to kill you, and Sam Harper, who is the woman who's trying to help you, apparently. Don't know why, she just is, but I think it's probably because she wants the money. Or she's just hungry for something else on Jack, but I'm not going to go into that. That's a rude joke. One thing about the run is that the cars you could get a hold of are absolutely amazing. I mean, you can get a hold of a Pagani Huayra or a Camaro. Yeah, Mazdas and just a ton of beautiful cars, and the best thing about it is that you get to go across some of the nicer scenery of the United States. Frankly, I'm not a fan of the United States, the people, but I am a fan of the United States, the country.
Yes?
But, hell, they do know how to make a good game, so I'm not going to hold that against them. Anyway, the one problem with this game is it takes too long to get going. For example, as I said, it's literally this cutscene is unskippable. I cannot skip it. I have to watch this before I can do anything. So this is just a lot of sitting around and pretty much the review going straight out the window because I can't actually show off the game. Never get to find out who that guy is, which is annoying, but I don't really care because frankly I just want to get on with the game. Down we go into the depths of doom. Yay, an iPad. I couldn't have bought one in the shop. Yay, we can now start. So yeah, the first 10 minutes of this review is pretty much cutscenes. Right, at the beginning of the game, you get to have a choice of a few cars in the guy's garage. There's one car that you can't get hold of because it is pretty much what I like to call a god car, and pretty much it would be no challenge to complete the game. So I wouldn't change the car. So instead, I get access to only a small amount of cars. For example, the Porsche is the car that I cannot use. I can use the BMW, the Nissan, the muscle car of death, but I cannot use the awesome looking Camaro, and I cannot use the 911. So I'm going to go with my old friend and the car that I usually win with this game. This car, surprisingly enough. Yes, I love muscle cars as much as the next guy, but for this race I prefer to use the Nissan because it's the car I'm most familiar with. The first section of this game, you have to race through San Francisco trying to escape the police. But one of the main problems with this is that it uses the same areas over and over again. So it gives you the illusion that you're going across America and that you are progressing across the state. But the fact is you're not actually progressing at all across the state. In fact, you are instead just going in circles about 5 times in a row.
You ready?
Locked and loaded.
Get on with it.
Get to Knob Hill.
Heh, Knob Hill. I'm immature. Right, finally I get to drive. I did not do that. Basically, what I've got to do is get to Knob Hill before the time runs out. Or, yeah, before the time runs out. I don't have to beat anyone, I'm just on the road with others.
Got a large number of exotic cars in the Knob Hill area. Is there a 1022 scheduled? Negative. How many cars? I got at least 50 more rolling in every minute. Coordinating units, stand by. Okay, yeah, this is definitely some kind of street race. Roll back.
The thing is though, with this is the police are largely incompetent because they've only just figured out that this is some sort of street race when there's about 200 odd cars racing around. And that is what you call an OP sideswipe. Because I'm an asshole. Apparently I passed someone and I didn't know it. But, no. No! I wanted you dead.
Alpha 2-2 on scene. You better send more units. We're outnumbered at least 20 to 1 up here. Copy that. Sending everybody I can. Stand by.
And now the race will begin as soon as I cross this line. And that means I'm actually starting the race.
Jack, you have to get to Las Vegas.
The thing is though, is it can't stop with the bloody cutscenes. Whee!
Where the hell are all these guys coming from? HQ order taken. I want all major roadways to the city shut down now.
They're shutting down the city, Jack. You've got to get
This game, I do have to say, does know how to handle atmosphere. So the music is absolutely amazing. Makes me feel like I'm actually in the race and racing for my fucking life. And a lot of money. And also looks more looks more awesome when you've got some awesome music going on in the background and you do a drift like that. At the moment I've got chills going down my back because of this music. I do love this music. I want this music. I want to know if, well, obviously I can easily download it. It takes me about 10 seconds, but it's just amazing. And now the police have actually finally addressed something that all Need for Speed players have noticed when they have cops chasing them, is that one of us has a police scanner. Funnily enough, yeah, I do have the police scanner, guys. Keep your roadblocks off the scanner or I can hear you. Ha 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 ha. I'm an asshole. Right, now this is one of the harder parts of this entire section, because of the simple fact that all it takes is one slip up on my part and I will be pate at the side of the tunnel at the end of this road. But another thing is that it's extremely boring. I didn't do that, you cannot blame me for that. Now the fog gets in, the music starts pitching up. And also this bit just looks fucking awesome. If this was a movie, I'd be watching it and gripping my seat right now. Of course it's not a movie, it's a game. Haha, just beat up a carny. And go for the dramatic jump. And break my car. Yeah, some of the things in this game I do have to say is a bit awkward. So yeah, that's San Francisco. So I'm not going to go into any more detail because frankly, I said I'd complete the San Francisco section and I have. So with that, I'm going to sum up. Need for Speed, The Run. Awesome game, absolutely epic. I love the way it makes you feel and I love the way it grips you and makes you feel like you are actually in that seat with the racer. Now, albeit, you know, it's not real. I'm not into that sort of psychosis thing. But I do like the way this game includes you into the action unless it's the damned cutscenes. So for the story, it's a great story, but the cutscenes could do with being able to be skipped. So in this game, I absolutely enjoy it. It is one of my favourite sections, favourite bits about the game. I am going to give it an 8 out of 10 because the cutscenes aren't able to be skipped. In a racing game, that should be a thing. Should be able to skip the cutscenes. The way the aesthetics, the way it looks, the way the cars move, the way they sound, the way you can drive. Gameplay grips you so well that I can't explain it. It's just amazing. When you turn the car, when you put it into a drift, it makes you feel like you're in the car with the wheel in your hand and the gear stick next to you, and you're doing all the awesome stuff you see, you know, Nicolas Cage or anyone from the Fast and Furious series. You feel like you're one of them racing around. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for that. Now the audio, the sound, the way it sounds, the music is well placed. Especially for a time challenge when basically you are racing against the clock, you're racing against time and you are getting awfully close to the end time. The cars sound accurate and beautifully timed with the R2 and the gear changes and all that. And finally, the way the world around you sounds, realistic to the point that psychosis could come into it. The way these NFS games are going is that it seems that the audio is the thing they're focusing rather than the gameplay, because they've timed the music, like, fair enough. They seem to have done it a bit more than they seem to have focused it on a bit more than the gameplay. It's a good and a bad thing in the same way. So I'm going to award this game for its audio for about a 9 out of 10 for that. So draw what you will from this. Need for Speed is a brilliant game, and I'm sorry for the lack of video this week. Well, lack of video last week. I had a bit of internet issues, and also I couldn't really be bothered to make the video in the first place. Anyway, next week I'm going to be coming back to you with another video, hopefully, and I will see you then. Till then, goodbye.